What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. We all know there was a town hall, city hall meeting. I'll be covering that. The police ended it quickly, but I'll talk about that at another time. I am more interested in talking about what happened on Easter weekend. Tiffany Henyard had a community gathering, gave out some food. I believe this is all to uplift her reputation. When you see the photos here, it looks to be like a quiet outing for the Easter Bunny and things like that. So this picture here is with Tiffany Henyard. I'm gonna blur this man's picture out because he's not at fault here. This is Tiffany Henyard, a brother and her daughter. This comment says, "How can you proudly pose knowing he's a married man?" So I don't know if she's just getting in the picture as a resident and that's all, but I do want to read this post. What the media doesn't show is how successful our community gatherings are and how many people are truly impacted by our acts of service. One thing I'm about and have always been about is the people. I love the kids, and along with the resources we provide at Dolton Township, she tagged them, we have community gatherings to ensure our children and residents are taken care of. Thank you to everyone who had a hand in helping with the execution of this event. You are appreciated by myself and of course the residents. I hope you all had a great time and got what you needed for the kids. If you would like to stay up to date with community resources and events hosted by myself and the township board members, be sure to follow Dolton Township and sign up to be on the email list. The love is real. So there were some comments that were there. Some of them are negative, some of them are positive. But I kind of want to talk about this. One thing is very interesting to me, brothers, and that is the fact that Tiffany Henyard always feels the need to defend herself from critics. Let me say LeBron is heavily criticized. Dak Prescott is heavily criticized. But Tiffany Henyard always feels the need to talk about all the good that she is doing. But the problem is this, Tiffany. Why does nobody else talk about the good that you're doing? And that's something that needs to be discussed. And I'm going to tell you why I believe that's the case. Because if you were doing so good, Tiffany, I would see videos from people who are your supporters on your behalf, how good of a mayor you are. Because there was a police chief that was going to be fired in Southern Illinois. And I saw literally people coming to his defense, talking about how good of a man he was and how he impacted his community. Now, I'm gonna play this clip. South suburban residents rally around police chief.
South suburban families are rallying tonight in support of an embattled police chief.
Let's get right to Nate Rogers and an emotional night in Flossmoor. Nate.
Absolutely, guys, and indeed is a heated forum tonight here in Flossmoor. Right now, the mayor and village trustees are in a closed session, an executive session, a big agenda item tonight, a resolution calling for the police chief to be fired. And now, it indeed is a packed house. Take a look right here inside of Village Hall. 100 plus Flossmoor residents holding signs reading, "We demand answers now." In the room were several police chiefs from neighboring towns, also Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox, who lives here in Flossmoor, all in support of Flossmoor top cop Jarrell Jones. Now, this all comes a week after Jones filed a federal lawsuit claiming racial discrimination after the village manager recommended that his employment be terminated. The village manager citing performance concerns that have not been rectified, but no specifics were given. Flossmoor residents tonight are calling for transparency from the mayor and village trustees. Some residents spoke up beyond Jones, mentioning a pattern of racism here.
People are here because they're concerned, not political stunts, not anything else, but concerned citizens.
I also show up to bear witness yet again to the authoritarian ways of governing here in Flossmoor and say that it is absolutely unacceptable.
Okay, These are his supporters. These are his supporters. Where are your supporters? Okay? I want to know where your supporters are at. Why is it that nobody is coming out talking about you in this way? Why do you need to speak for yourself? Now, I do understand that you have people in the comments section that can like you, but I don't never see somebody making a video, coming to bat, saying this and that. You don't see it. Why? Because it's not true. You have supporters, possibly, but they don't mess with you enough to come out there and put their foot on the line for you. You know what I mean? Everybody, we can have supporters, but there's no tangible evidence that, since you've been there, great things have happened in Dolton. We don't see that. We don't see it. We have folks calling for your resignation. Andrew Holmes, if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't even at the meeting. Okay? And so when we look at that, we're not even considering you as a possible person that we can take seriously. We can't do that. We can't do that at all. And we want to know why that is. Because, you have to always speak about yourself. A good leader, a great leader, is so busy providing value for those he serves. The people go out and talk about him. That's one thing I want to talk about today. I was watching this video. As a small business owner, I'm very interested in building talent in the organization. How do you find good talent to work for you? So I came across somebody in the NHS who were giving tips to, medical doctors who are starting, or medical doctors that were trying to find people for their practice. And the man said, listen, first of all, if you want to find talent, you need to be a person who builds culture in the business and people want to work for you. You got to be what you're looking for. Don't just worry about putting up a one ad. No, look to be the person you're looking to get yourself. Then and only then will you get that. And to be honest, I was taken aback. I couldn't believe it because it made so much sense. Okay. If the mayor had a culture of running that city the right way, they would be singing her praises. They would have every reason to do so. She's a single mom. She's a black woman. She's relatively young. We would hear that, but we don't. We hear everything but positive things to say about her. And the only positive things that we really hear, because supporters can support you when you're doing wrong, but the positive stuff, I only hear from her. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with an episode of The Celebrity Junk. I appreciate you for all you just heard, Bill. We're out.